Life on Leave. Buy original. Be original. SON.
5,000 products and still counting now registered with the Standards Organization of Nigeria as the agency intensifies efforts to capture more products to remove unregistered imported products from the shelves. Stakeholders converge on the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria's Secretariat in Lagos to examine ways of improving on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Focus on the SON's product authentication mark. Details of these and other stories shortly. Please stay tuned.
If you see something unwholesome, come to SON. Go to any of our state offices and make your complaints, and it will be well addressed.
Welcome back and compliments of the season. You're watching Nigeria's foremost television program on product safety and quality. It comes to you at this time every Monday on this station. Standard and You is powered by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON. My name is Ifeoma Okonkwo, and as always, my pleasure to bring the program to you. Moving on, if you're one of those yet to register your products with the Standards Organization of Nigeria, please hurry now and do the needful. This is because the Standards Organization of Nigeria has concluded arrangements to commence what it tagged aggressive search for unregistered imported products at the various markets across the country.
Every day, thousands of products are imported into Nigeria and find their ways into markets and other sales outlets across the country. Investigations by SON reveal that the bulk of these goods from other parts of the world, especially China and other Asian countries, are fake or substandard. The prevalence of these imported goods in Nigeria exposes locally manufactured goods to unfair competition with negative implications on the nation's industrial sector. This is apart from complaints from consumers who have often been denied value for their money whenever they patronize some of these imported goods. This development, among others, necessitated the SON's introduction of its product registration initiative.
What we did was to ensure we go out on sensitization program from market to market, and we realized that some people who naturally will have come to register their products are being lied to by the so-called agent they use to do the registration for them. They will tell them, oh, the registration, you need this document, you need that document, it's cumbersome, forget about it. But when we went there and started talking to them one-on-one, seeing how simple the process is, a lot of them came here to register their product. And in some cases, they say, no, we want a desk created in our market, which we have created desks. Like if you go to Computer Village today, we have 2 desk offices there. One in the computer section and the other one in the handset and accessory section. And then you go to Alaba, Aspanda, all these places, we have desk officers now. So you don't need to come down to Lekki or go to any state office to do your registration. You can do it right there in the market. We have a desk officer there.
The process of product registration is simple, convenient, and can be done at any time and anywhere.
Now you can stay in the comfort of your bedroom, your office, and register your product without coming to a SON office if you are IT literate. All you need to do is to have your computer ready, that is internet enabled, and then have, there are documents you must have like CAC, manufacturer's agreement and all that. Have them scanned in JPEG, and then you can sit in your house and register your product and upload whatever information we need. After that, you generate your demand note and then go and pay in the bank. Upload the information you get from the bank after your payment. Then from the back office, we will see it and then schedule you for inspection. Then we'll come to visit your warehouse to see what you have there compared to what you have registered on our portal. And then we'll pick sample for analysis.
So far, about 5,000 products have been registered by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and efforts are on to register more products.
We are going to have strategic meeting, and incidentally we are going to need more staff, and that we are going to present to the management. And I want to believe that they will oblige us more staff so that we'll be able to cover more ground. Because we based on this, for the purpose of ease of doing business, we have 1 month mandate to deliver. If you finish your registration, make your payment today, within 1 month, you should have your certificate. So we cannot but obey that. We have desk officers in all the state offices, all the ports, border, and everywhere we have desk officers. So if you are, take for instance in Port Harcourt, you don't need to come to Lagos. You can do your registration with our desk officer in Port Harcourt, either Port Harcourt State Office or on airport. We have a desk officer on airport. Whichever place you are coming from, we have a desk officer there to do the registration for you. The moment they finish the registration there, whatever they are doing there, here at the headquarters, we see it at the back end that Port Harcourt has registered so and so product. So the same thing Owerri, the same thing Katsina, the same thing Enugu, the same thing Edo. Everywhere we have desk officers, and they are all trained.
The SON says no unregistered imported product will be allowed into Nigerian markets. Are you an importer of goods and your products are not registered with the SON? Please register your products because it's the law and it's in your best interest to do so.
As an importer, one, it gives you the assurance that what you have brought into the country is of good quality. It gives you the assurance that yes, your customer will have value for their money, and you are going to have a repeat patronage, and you are going to have recommendation from the customer who have used your product because what they bought from you gave them value for their money. They'll further, do a kind of advert for you, indirect advert, because they can get quality product from you. If they buy from you and it is bad, they will tell several other people, don't go to that place to buy. Don't buy this type of this product. It is bad. And in that way, you will destroy your market.
Nigerians have been reminded of the need to insist on quality as one sure way of tackling the menace of substandard products in the country. This was the focus of the Standards Organization of Nigeria's Stakeholders Workshop on reduction of substandard products in Nigeria.
This workshop is an ongoing exercise by the Standards Organization of Nigeria to educate Nigerians on the dangers of substandard products on the people and the nation. Stakeholders drawn from the southwest of the country were taken through the dangers of fake products and the importance of quality products and why consumers must never compromise on quality. Discussions on the imperatives of standards was interactive as participants expressed concerns on areas of interest.
One good thing about SON, they are for corrective purposes. Wherever you are not doing well, they try as much as possible to correct you and to encourage you. So the next time, so they have a very good planned inspection schedules in which it's really good for us.
I believe that with this consistent workshop, because this is not the first workshop I've attended, it will help in eradicating substandard products in Nigeria.
Representative of the Director General of the SON told stakeholders that a lot has been done by the agency to check the distribution of fake products into the country, adding that SON requires the support of all and sundry to achieve greater success in this regard.
There's additional scheme coming on board 1st February 2018, and we believe that in the first instance we need to interact with the stakeholders, particularly the manufacturers that will be concerned. We need to educate Nigerian public on the need to support government policy. We want standards to be a way of life, and we believe that as the product authentication scheme takes off early next year and the manufacturers strive to do their best, we believe that the Nigerian public would begin to show preference for certified products. And that is just what this is all about.
We are creating awareness, total awareness for people to know. Like you see in the flyers we are sharing today, look well and see Sun logo, which identifies the right product. Buy them, leave the other ones.
A similar workshop held in Abuja the past week, where stakeholders pledged their unwavering support to the SON to ensure that only goods of acceptable standard find their ways into the markets. This event is one in the series of programs by the Standards Organization of Nigeria to check the distribution of substandard products. Stakeholders in this forum comprise representatives from the National Association of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NACSIMA, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, and members of the organized private sector. The focus of the gathering is to acquaint stakeholders with the workings of the new scheme tagged Product Authentication Mark. It's an electronic product registration initiative to verify quality and ensure traceability of goods to their sources. What it means is that with the introduction of the scheme, consumers now have the power to ascertain the quality of products sold in the country. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria told stakeholders that the Product Authentication Mark was clearly designed to empower consumers and also help the Standards Organization of Nigeria trace products to their manufacturers.
PAM, Product Authentication Mark, is a product that is being introduced into the market by Standard Organization of Nigeria in conjunction with members of MAN and members of NACSIMA. That's the organized private sector. It's a mark, it's a deployment of advancement in technology to guarantee quality assurance of goods. It's a product that we've designed to enable consumers, end users, to be able to verify the product that they're buying. It is not new in Nigeria. They've been doing it, but we are taking it a step ahead, where you have to authenticate your own goods yourself with the help of technology. Once you are sure of what you're buying, cost becomes secondary. So we want to put the safety of consumers first before the meager financial implication, which we ought to agree by all concerned.
While commending the foresight and commitment of the SON in the fight against substandard products, representatives of various associations described the initiative as one that will impact positively in the nation's industrial sector.
It's good we had this interactive session because it has given my members opportunity to interact with her son and truly understand what PAM is all about. We support the initiative, but we believe that the cost might be on the high side, and that is why we've decided to set up a committee which will comprise people from MAN, SUN, and CPC and other OPS members, so that that committee can look at what we have discussed today and come up with a position that will be acceptable not only to government but also to the operators, the manufacturers.
The objective itself is good in the sense that I think one of the biggest challenges consumers experience in Nigeria today is fake, adulterated or counterfeited products. So any initiative that seems to address that is absolutely correct. However, the process, like I said, is what we really need to walk through. If it's going to be a burden on the consumers, then obviously it becomes a challenge. A burden in the sense that if it's going to be a significant cost that we passed on to consumers, then we have an issue. However, beyond the cost is the fact that the verification and authentication process itself must be convenient and not an onerous or inconvenient entire apparatus. Once we have all that in place, I couldn't agree more with anything that seeks to ensure that consumers are getting exactly what they really pay for. And I suspect that even the companies themselves, responsible companies, would embrace an initiative that protects their brand.
force to check the influx and distribution of substandard computer and allied products in Nigeria has been inaugurated in Lagos. The task force is an initiative of the Standards Organization of Nigeria and the Computer and Allied Products Association of Nigeria, APMAN. I witnessed the inauguration of that task force. Please take a look.
I solemnly swear that I will serve this SON Cap-Down Enforcement Task Force with due diligence, honesty and commitment to the best of my human ability. So help me God. Congratulations, gentlemen.
That was the official inauguration of the Joint Task Force by the representative of the DGSON, Kabiru Mohammed. The focus of the task force, according to Kabiru Mohammed, is to identify the various sources where such goods are imported into the country and ensure that they do not get into our markets.
There is a need to take the message to the rightful place. A lot of complaints have been received on the substandard computers and their products. And having done an exercise at the Computer Village some weeks back, we felt it's necessary that we come down to the center of it all. We have to come to the center of it all, which is the Computer Village where all these things are being sold, so that we take the message to them. And then at the same time also bring in the collaborative aspect of our own responsibility by ensuring that they become self-regulatory. Our message to stakeholders is to ensure that whatever is required of them in the need to conform with Nigerian industrial standards is actually adhered to.
Some of the accessories bought from this market, which somebody bought and was not working well, and we actually practically tested it, it failed. And we have to come to the market to follow up on the matter. And when we realize that it's not just that person we bought from that is the issue that is widespread. So we have to clamp down on them to calm down, to ensure they come register their product. In the process of registering, we'll be able to test the product to ascertain the quality of the product, to ensure that consumers will get value for their money when they buy those products.
It is important that we use the sensitization forum to enlighten the computer and allied products dealers on what to sell, how to sell, and the requirements of the standard. Most of them are not aware of the requirements of the standard. So this is an opportunity to create awareness in that regards. As regards the product quality, the marking requirements, the product information that the consumer should be aware of. Aside this, it is also an opportunity to enlighten them on their responsibilities as regards warranty and product liability and after-sales service.
Operators of the market were exposed to the dangers of substandard products and the negative implication of the products on the Nigerian economy.
I assure you that this is going to be a landmark success on the part of, Nigerian nation, on the part of us that we are stakeholders. We will not be happy when people go around and say they buy a big fake charger or they buy a fake battery or the things that they bought are not of standard. We are making sure that these things would come to pass, and that is what we are able to achieve and establish with SON today.
We need enlightenment. Most of us that trade computer and allied products, we are doing it by accident. Many of us have formal education, formal knowledge about computer products we deal on. So this kind of sanitization will help us to learn more, to help us to improve on different departments with like the idea of customer management, after sales service. These are very important features that we need to add to our business.
The dealers expressed satisfaction at the sensitization exercise and assured the agency of their commitment to the war against substandard products in the country.
Stakeholders in the building and construction industry met in Lagos to review standard for cement. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Osita Boluma, was represented at the event. This technical committee meeting met to determine the standard development process of cement production. The committee, comprising stakeholders in the building construction industry, are to come up with guidelines and standard procedures for cement production in line with global practices. Representative of the Director General of the SON, Chinyere Egwonwu, said the review of the NIS 441-2014 standard for cement is in line with best practices and of benefit to the industry.
We have lifespan for a standard. Is either the standard is 5 years and then we take another look at it to see the adequacy of that standard. Sometimes it could be reviewed earlier than that 5 years when there are certain government policies in place or when there are new technologies in the manufacturing of that particular product or test methods. So when such occasions occur, we take another look at that standard with the view of reviewing the standard. So that is what we're doing here today, to update the standard for cement for Nigeria, that's the Nigeria Industrial Standard for cement, to make sure that it's adequate for now. Cement is used to do so many things in constructions of building, the homes where we live, in factories, on the roads and all that. So you can see that cement the use of cement cuts across all aspects of our lives that are very important, that if care is not taken, will be dangerous if it is not done very well. So that is why we have come here today to also look at this the standard for cement, to make sure that it covers all these areas, the usages, to ensure that every aspect of anywhere the cement is used is covered by the standard.
Chairperson of the committee, Professor Joseph Odigwere, assured that the committee will be painstaking in its review to come up with standard acceptable by all stakeholders.
Standards are normally global documents, and to the manufacturer it gives them a global platform to sell their product. To the consumer it is very, very important because it helps you to understand what you are buying. The ignorance is very high because the consumer doesn't actually understand what he's buying. And I think when we have a document like this, it helps everybody to know what they should be doing and what they are doing.
Anybody that now runs short of the standard that is set, CPC will follow it up, especially when consumers buy and have challenge with it and they complain to us. We'll now follow it up for redress.
Hello and nice to have you on the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. 2017 was great with your feedback. Thank you so much for your calls, messages, mails, and social media interactions. We look forward to more support in 2018. Our first message here is from Diana Peters. It says, on behalf of the general public, we wish you a happy new year 2018 and also look forward to fighting the war against counterfeit products with you. Thank you so much, Peters. Happy new year to you and thanks for your support. Abdul Salam Kozum says, the product's authentication mark is an innovative idea. Kudos to you. Yes, Abdul Salam, with the product's authentication mark, consumers have power to verify the quality of products before purchase. Tolu Ogundele from Lagos says, Happy New Year to you all at the Standards Organization of Nigeria. More achievements this year. Thank you so much, Tolu. Best wishes from us to you. Musin Mohammed says, job well done, sir. More power to your elbow. Thank you so much, Mohammed. We hope to serve you better. Ayodele Gideon says, we all have a right to collaborate and be committed to the safety of everyone in our environment. Anybody can be a victim, so let's report any case of fake and substandard products to appropriate channels. Well said, Ayodele. We encourage you consumers out there to report any case of fake and substandard products to any of Sun's offices near you. And that's a wrap on the feedback segment of the program. For any question, information or suggestion, please call us or send us a message on the number 0705-972-4455. Tag along with us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. You can also send a mail to the address thestandardandyou@gmail.com. Join us next week for another interesting episode. Good evening.